Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Create with Brenda. Today I have kind of some fun projects, or a fun project. As you know, out of the January through June mini, there's quite a few things right now that are on back order and whatnot. And on March 24th, the retirement list is going to be posted for our annual catalog. So anything in this catalog, there's a chance that it could be retiring. So grab your annual catalog, and if you don't have one, let me know. I'll get you one, and make a list, because it's kind of that last chance, that last opportunity to get the things out of this catalog before they retire. Now, we don't know what's retiring yet, but we do know that some things will be retiring. So go through, and if there's stuff that you really love and want to add to your stamping, I always call it a stamping arsenal, or stamping, what would you call it? I don't really want to call it a collection because we use it, but our stamping tools, how about that? Make a list, check it twice. So today is what I want to feature in my card is the Good Morning Magnolia set. And this coordinates with the Magnolia Memory Dies on page 182. This set is stunning, and it makes it very, very simple to make really nice cards fairly quick. So let me show you how. Today's project is a very simple layout, very simple card, but these cards always pack a punch. It's just a standard A2 size card that you cut an inch off from. I'll show you that in a minute. And then I'll be featuring some of the soft suede will be the ink. I'm going to be using the gilded gold embellishments. I'm going to use the early espresso, the suede, faux suede trim, and then a couple of our Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers, if you're not familiar with those. I will be using one of the stamp sets from Celebration that is no longer available, but I love this sentiment, wishing I could heal your heart. And I have somebody very special in mind that I want to send this card to, and this sentiment kind of sums up what I want to say to her right there. So the inside of my card, and then of course the coordinating envelope. So let me show you how. What I first want to share is I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus, and I've got the big Magnolia stamp attached to the acrylic plate, okay? If you aren't familiar with our Stamparatus, you're going to want to get familiar with it because it's an awesome tool, and it's also hinged, meaning when you're stamping those sequential, like happy birthday, this helps you do that, and you get them spaced just perfectly by moving it up or down in the hinges, okay? All right, so let's start here. I'm going to put my plate in. I've got my stamp is attached, okay? And I have just a scrap piece of very vanilla. And what I want to do is I just want to lay this in here, and I want to make sure that when I stamp, it's going to cover this entire piece. Because the stamp is so big, oftentimes when we stamp those larger images, we miss spots on our image, and by using the Stamparatus, it gives us that second chance to go in and stamp it again in the exact same spot, so we don't get any of those halos when we're stamping, okay? So I'm using the stamp case to just keep the the acrylic plate level. I'm going to be using the soft suede ink. I'm going to ink up my stamp, and then I'm just going to flip the plate over, give it a good press on all the surface, or all the surface area, I should say, of the stamp. So there. Now let me, just for demonstration purposes, show. I'm going to ink this up again, and I can flip this back down, and I can rub, and I've got the perfect image every single time. Just so long as you don't move your paper or move your stamp, you can just keep re-inking. It's a great tool. And if you're interested in that, I'd be happy to help you get one of those, either by joining my team or just simply placing an order. I do provide superior customer service. So if you're new to the world of stamping and you're looking for a demonstrator, I would love to be that person. You'll also notice up here that I have the host code listed for March. And when you shop and use that host code, when you place a minimum order of $50 or more in product, then every month I have a special gift that I send out to you. And this month you will receive the Simply Chamois free for placing a purchase of $50 or more. If your order is $150, don't use the host code. You'll be eligible for Stampin' Rewards all on your own. So keep that in mind, okay? All right. Let's bring in our Stampin' Blends. Stampin' Blends come in combo packs. You get a light shade and a dark shade, hence the name Stampin' Blends, because you're able to blend the inks. These are alcohol-based markers. They will bleed through the paper. They're supposed to do that. So when you use these, just make sure that you have something down. I'm going to use our silicone mat to protect your work surface, because it will bleed through, okay? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for the coloring. And the only reason I'm going to put you through coloring on this video is I want you to see just really how quick and easy this is. So I am using the light shade of Old Olive on these leaves, and I'm being careful as I go around the outside edge, just so I stay close to being in the lines. But then you can see once you are inside your stamped image, that's how quick you can color. And do you love how you get, like, I mean, this stamp set is pretty cool because it kind of does the shading already for you. So really is all you have to do is just add color. Again, I'm going to outline and fill in. Outline and fill. I think this Good Morning Magnolia set, it is a two-part stamp set, and it really shows off the beauty of the Stampin' Blends. All right, so there's our leaves. Now, if I want to, and this is for demonstration purposes, I can take the darker shade of Old Olive, and I can just go right around the edge here and I'm just going to go over where the stamp already did some shading marks for us, okay? Then if I bring in the light, I can simply color over the dark. And when this dries, it gives us a beautiful two-toned leaf. So I'm just going to add some quick color to the rest of the leaves. You guys, it's kind of funny. When I color, I can't hardly even talk. Like, coloring is just so relaxing for me. And I am not a great, like, I don't like to paint, and I'm not a great colorer as far as some people are just like amazing with these blends, but I like it because I'm not very, I should say experienced. Maybe if I tried it more, I too could do that. But I'm just not very experienced at blending, painting, shadowing, that kind of thing. But these blends make it super simple for me to make my work look pretty darn good. For the center of the flower, I'm just going to use the light Mango Melody. I just want to pop up the little center on this magnolia flower. And the petals, I'm just going to let the vanilla, the very vanilla cardstock do the work. So that's simple and stunning, right? All right, so now I'm going to bring in my full-size Stamp and Cut and Emboss. And sorry about the zoom there. So platform 1, the die cut, the little shim, cutting plate, my stamped and colored image, and, well, I need my die, and my die is right here. Wow. Here. Just going to pull that out. Going to place it on here. Get it lined up just like I want it. Put my top plate on. And then move this through. All right. I'm just going to move my, I call it the boss instead of the Stamp and Cut and Emboss, which is a mouthful. So I'm going to move the boss off to the side, and here's our die cut. All right. Let's assemble our card. It goes really quick from here. So, what I did is I had a standard size 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, but then I cut 1 inch off the edge, okay? So when I fold it, let's get my bone folder in here and get a good crease. So then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper, and I used the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper, which this for sure will be retiring. This is truly a last chance to get in on the ordering of this Designer Series paper. Ornate Garden. It's 12 by 12 sheets, and it's got some gold and white, and then also the gold with the old olive on here. It's really, really pretty paper. I think it was one of my favorites out of the annual catalog. So I'm just going to add some Stamp and Seal to the back of my 1 inch by 5.5 inch strip, and I'm going to match up my corner, and it covers completely from top to bottom, okay? So then when we close our card, it looks like that. Now, if for whatever reason you did not cut your strip exactly, you know, just perfect, you'll see a little bit of it and on the back. And the easiest way to take care of that is to turn it over and just let the cardstock be your guide. And with our snips, look at, you can just cut off the tiniest pieces of, or slivers of paper. So that just helps clean that up a little bit, okay? I'm going to bring in the soft suede ink again. And like I told you, I'm using the sentiment from a stamp set you can no longer get. It was from our Celebrations selection called Heal Your Heart. But this sentiment is just like one of my favorites. It says, wishing I could heal your heart. So there's my inside sentiment. There's a leaf stamp in the Good Morning Magnolia, and I just want to take that little leaf and I'm going to ink that up with the soft suede, and I'm just going to drop that right in here just to kind of pull all of my images together. And then I'm going to give the flap of the envelope a little stamp too, because you know how I am about the no naked envelopes here at Create with Brenda. I'm going to put this aside. On the front, I just got ink on my project, but I think it's going to be just fine. We'll cover it up with that big magnolia. So is what I want to do is this Thinking of You is from part 2, the set 2 of 2. The font in here is really pretty, don't you think? And again, using my soft suede ink, in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to stamp the Thinking of You. All right. That should be it for our stamping. I'm going to bring this back over. We're going to take our big magnolia. And now when you put this on your card, kind of lay it down where you want it to go so that it's within the borders of your card. You don't want it, over the edges here. And I think I like it this way. So when I put dimensionals on, I want to make sure that I don't have any dimensionals to the right of where this very vanilla card edge is, okay? So I'm going to flip it over, and I just know that when I take my full-size dimensionals and I place them on my card, they cannot go, they all have to be on this side as not to permanently seal our card closed. All right, so there's our dimensionals, and I took the backings off, and now I'm just going to place this on my card, making sure that I don't have anything hanging over my card edges so that it fits in my envelope, okay? But this is the part that you have to make sure you did not put dimensionals on. So then the faux suede ribbon, I'm just going to simply tie a bow like that. And this suede ribbon is really nice. It's heavy and it ties nice. And using our glue dots, I'm going to pick up a glue dot, and I'm just going to place it right, our bow right there by the stem. I'm going to trim my tails here a little bit. And only because I don't want it to cover up my, not getting the right angle on that. Sorry guys, there you go. All right. And I love it, but it needs some bling, right? And that's where we're going to bring in those had them here just a second ago. The gold gilded embellishments. Well, isn't that something? All right, well, I can't find them, and I just showed them to you just a moment ago, so what I did with them, who knows? But what I did is I just took them and placed them randomly on the card, and there's our really simple project, and how pretty is that? Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, share. I love it. It helps me grow my audience and it helps me build my business. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.